When I was in love with my girlfriend, he told his friends if we don't make it to the end in the future, then they must not go to his wedding. Later, Lu Rian got married. It's not me who's going to marry. Friends really didn't attend Lu Rian's wedding. After the wedding, Lu Rian questioned them angrily, his best friend who always dislikes me. But he slapped Lu Rian in the face, tears streaming down my face. Lu Rian is the one who betrays the sincerity of others and deserves death the most. Why wasn't it you who died? It's like the night I sent out wedding invitations. I just died in a corner where no one cared. He was wearing a very expensive dress. Behavior is very generous. The groom to be Lu Chun beside him. She thoughtfully tied up his hair to his shoulders. The love in my eyes cannot be melted. There were many guests at the dinner. They are all well-known figures. It's better than when I was engaged to Lu Rian. More high-profile. Lu Chun looked around, asked casually, didn't you inform your friends? We are not always inseparable. You didn't come on such an important day. You guys are in conflict. After saying this, Si Xiaofei added with a smile, it's not that you have a problem with me. Lu Rian's face was slightly dusty, but I still put on a smile, and asked again, call one by one, either busy or occupying a position. The smile on Lu Chen's face gradually faded. Those people have always been xenophobic. But very loyal. Such an important day, he thought that no matter what you have to do some face-saving work. After all, Lu Rian has been their friend for more than 10 years. And I stood beside Lu Rian openly, be his real boyfriend, like countless times before. Unfortunately, no one can see it this time. I looked up at the stage. All I could see was a pair of humble figures. That's Lu Rian and Lu Cheng. I was so blind that I didn't notice it. Since Lu Cheng appeared, Lu Rian showed all kinds of abnormalities. Lu Cheng took out his cell phone playfully. The screen stays on the chat interface with me. What if I give you 10 years? I've never failed to get the woman I want. My wedding with Rian will be in 7 days. Do you have the ability to come? I was suddenly shocked when I started to plan. This is not a provocation. His hidden intentions have long been revealed, and when I found out it's too late for everything. I have the ability to come. He didn't have the ability to see because I'm dead. The party is over. Lu Chun and Lu Rian dragged them all the way to the car. Flip into the back seat. The driver raised the tailgate, as usual. Start the car. Lu Cheng put his face in front of Lu Rian. The drunken breath hit his face. Lu Rian smiled and turned her face away. Speech on the man's face. You drank a lot. The man's voice turned cold. Looks cute and adorable. Don't dislike me. Childishly, Lu Rian laughed. The dusty collar put your lips to his, then came a long, suffocating kiss. I suddenly felt the air was unbearably stuffy. Passed through the car and sat on the roof, watching them flirting. The summer night wind can't warm my cold body. Acting coquettishly and showing weakness. He is the kind of man Lu Rian dislikes the most. The weakness and attachment you occasionally showed me in the past. He only said that a grown man should act like a grown man. Don't do this. It gave me goosebumps. When I come to my senses, they have arrived at their destination. When entering the villa, there is an invisible force pulling me. I was forced to follow. After Lu Rian entered the door, casually throw the high heels in front of the shoe cabinet. Pour yourself a cup of hot water. The journey follows wrapped around his slender waist. Rian, I'm afraid it's not just Lu Rian. I looked at him in surprise. From knowing him, I haven't seen any fear in him yet. Lu Rian turns around, revealed that previously due to dryness pulled down the collar and hot weather. A large area of spring light is displayed in front of the man. What are you afraid of? Lu Rian sticks to him tightly. Lu Chun unzipped his back. Afraid that Song Nian would regret it. I'm afraid you don't want me. I'm afraid I can't have you. Well, Lu Rian did not hesitate. No, Song Nian will not regret it. Lu Rian's confidence made me feel dazed when we loved each other most. Lu Rian is also very determined. He said no. Lu Rian, only loved Song Nian in my life that day. I thought the one I'll spend the rest of my life with. It must be him. Lu Rian and I were deskmates in junior high school and went to the same high school from freshman romance to join entrepreneurship. 16 years later, we got engaged when the company was on track. If nothing unexpected happens, we are getting married this year. But it's been 16 years since we met. 10th year of love. Lu Rian has changed. When did Lu Rian start to change? Probably since he stopped messaging me. Show concern. Probably because he was sitting opposite me holding his phone. I can't suppress my mouth. Probably from when he started giving Lu Chen good morning and good night. Really, everything changes so fast. So when we break up, he put the blame on himself. It has nothing to do with that seemingly precious man. I broke his wish. I didn't mention Lu Chen later. Show me the evidence that provokes me. In fact, I didn't think much when Lu Chen first appeared. The partner's favorite illegitimate child. Want to come to our company for some experience? To close that deal, Lu Rian came to ask for my opinion, said to suggest arranging Lu Chun to be the assistant, doing trivial things like serving tea and pouring water. Just think of it as spending money to raise a young master. It is not convenient for him to touch the company's business. I believe it, but I don't want. Lu Rian asked Lu Chun to be his personal assistant. 1 year of work, and Lu Rian is thousands of. He persuaded me to go abroad. Expanding the market. Another year passed. When you come back, Lu Rian became everyone's favorite. Mrs. Lin, I became Rian Lu's ex-boyfriend. Don't wait for me to confront Lu Rian. Lu Rian came to me. He pushed the resignation letter in front of me with a share transfer. Shi Songyan. We said before, if one day met someone who made me more excited, we will break up peacefully. Do you remember when Lu Rian and Lu Chen rolled into the bedroom? I hid in the living room. So lucky. Lu Rian and I can still keep a little distance. Don't let me see the filth. Disgusting picture. Although Lu Cheng had already sent me their video, the phone with the photo Lu Rian was thrown in the living room. The buzzing sound never stops. I leaned closer and saw the number on the screen. Was my mind seemed to explode. I was stunned in place. The fingertips trembled imperceptibly. The scene before death is projected before my eyes one by one. Peking opera helpless. I remember that I died in an undignified way after agreeing to Lu Rian's conditions for breaking up. I left the company. Lu Cheng came to me and wanted to talk to me. What's there to talk about? I looked at him. He laughed foolishly. Aren't you curious about why I chose Lu Rian? Why did I ask him what he said? Lu Cheng took me to a coffee shop near the company. I just wanted to see Rian. Lu, how deep is my love for you? The result is not good. I don't want to talk nonsense with him, but just went out. He was caught by several people and put into a van. The car was bumpy all the way from the city to the suburbs from day to night until the mountains cry and laugh. The tiny branches scratched my bare arms. The journey brought you here. I forced myself to remain calm and asked the 4 men in front of me, described Kogu's eye sockets depression. There is a special stench on the body. The leader took a long puff of his cigarette. The eyes looking at me are like looking at a lamb to be slaughtered. My heart is like a rib still trying to find a way to survive. I don't have any money with me. If you let me go, I will pay you double what others give you. This sentence received a harsh laugh. Those violent faces, all of them foreshadowed my impending disaster. Boy, remember this lesson in your next life. Don't mess with the wrong people. My knee was smashed by an iron rod. Straight bones are run over by leather shoes. The face was swollen from the slap. Then I took advantage of their inattention. Use all your strength. Tear off a piece of flesh from a beast born crazy. So my life ended. The pain and's blood was flowing all over the ground. When I opened my eyes again, I was standing behind Lu Rian, watching him holding Lu Chen's hand and announcing the wedding date. Count the days. His wedding date. I'm in the down period. 1 a.m. Lu Rian came out with the bath towel in her hand. He picked up the phone that fell on the sofa. When you see a missed call, the pupil shrank and shrank. I curled up on the sofa, trembling. My mind is full of images of my death. Lu Chen's voice came out from the bedroom like smoke. What's wrong? Lu Rian lowered her eyes. Delete call log, holding the phone and walking towards the road into the arms of a man flowing, deleting records. It's just like that year when I had little time to go back to China. When I met him, when I first went abroad, Lu Rian always video calls me. He would complain to me, why is there so much going on in the company? Will act coquettishly with me, said it would be better if I was by his side. I responded while processing the file. When did he become so spoiled? I thought I was just calling randomly, but I didn't expect his face to turn pale in an instant. Later I found out it turns out that the two have been together for a long time. Way of speaking will become smaller and smaller without you noticing. The next morning Lu Rian came out of Lu Chen's apartment. Before leaving, he gently kissed Lu Chen on the face. Sleep more and don't have to go to the company today. I find it a little funny. In the past, Lu Rian paid the most attention to time. He will get up on time no matter it is windy or rainy. Don't let me slack off. Afraid of delaying the day's work for 16 years. I got used to the habits he made me used to. But it turns out all his habits can be beaten by me and the special case that broke everything only for certain people. I followed Lu Rian to the company. My assistant, who has been with me for 3 years, is holding the contract, standing in front of Lu Rian's office. Meeting Rian, Lu He was a little anxious to speak. Mr. Lu, the contract that Mr. Song discussed a few days ago. Something went wrong when signing the contract. The other party must meet Mr. Song before signing. Lu Rian gave her assistant a look. Doesn't seem to take it too seriously, but it should be said, he went to call Song Yin. He will pass. The assistant looked at Lu Rian awkwardly. The phone receiver keeps ringing, but no one answers. Maybe there were too many unanswered calls. Lu Rian's brows furrowed tighter and tighter. The contract in hand, he slammed it hard on the table. How long have you been fighting? Haven't gotten through since morning. Lu Rian's gaze swept to the assistant standing beside him. Patience is written on his face. The assistant pressed the key. Yes, Mr. Lu. I stood at the table with some surprise. Why can't I get through to my phone? Obviously last night my cell phone also called. Go to Lu Rian's mobile phone. I'm afraid Lu Rian thinks I did it on purpose. I pursed my lips and smiled self-deprecatingly. I glanced at the random things in boredom. Contracts scattered on the table. A lot of terms in the contract have been changed. It's totally different from what I discussed at the beginning. Lu Chen's work after all. He took my place. Lu Rian didn't speak for a long time. Staring at the phone screen, the screen shows the chat interface between him and me. He sent me a message 2 minutes ago. Call back quickly. Lu Rian tightened her jaw, brewing anger that is about to explode, until his best friend Su Wei called him. Rian, Song Yin. Song Yin is not in the company. I'm looking for him too. If you contact him, ask him to come to the company as soon as possible. Su Wei's words were interrupted by Lu Rian. Without waiting for the response from the receiver, Lu Rian hung up the phone in a hurry. Entering the meeting room, I was pulled by Lu Rian's rapid footsteps. There were waves of vague and ethereal shields in my chest. Lu Rian hung up the phone too quickly, so much that I want to know, what does Su Wei want to say next? But I don't know. I mean, I'm gone. Or you already know my Achilles heel. The meeting room was silent. I checked that order for nearly half a month. When the deal was finalized, Lu Rian and I broke up. Many people say that Lu Rian killed the donkey after her farewell. Now the devil can't move. When Su Wei arrived at the company, Lu Rian is furious. Without the New Year gift, the company cannot forward it. A large group of people can't even match a New Year's gift. Su Wei knocked on the door with a shield in midair. He stood at the door for more than 10 seconds. Still rushed, and the person who came in behind him was Lu Chen. What happened to Rian? Lu Chen hurriedly said nothing to Su Wei. Lu Rian turned back. His eyes passed through me and fell on Lu Chen, ignored Su Wei standing beside him. Look at this contract. What's going on? Guang He suddenly regretted his decision, said he would only sign after meeting Song Yin. The distance, an elusive feeling flashed across my eyes. He took the contract from Lu Rian. Turn over and over. Is it Song Yin's doing? After all, the distance deliberately not finished, but it seems that everyone, they all looked like they knew everything and suddenly realized it. But Song Yin didn't do anything wrong because Song Yin turned into a ghost. Only Su Wei only counts power. Lu Rian agreed. With Lu Chen's words he said, "The meeting is over." Leaving Lu Chen alone in the conference room after everyone left, Su Wei rushed forward and grabbed Lu Rian by the collar. Lu Rian, you are a piece of shit. Song Yin is dead. If he dies, you won't even collect his body? It's the company he founded. You kicked him out of the company and let everyone slander him. Lu Rian, are you a fucking human? Su Wei grabbed Lu Rian by the collar, throw him to the ground. He came with a heavy heart, walk away angrily. I want to catch up and stop him. How did he know I was dead? I want to ask if he doesn't dislike me the most. Why did you come to see Lu Rian? Lu Rian's head is carved on the corner of the table. The frightened Lu quickly helped him up. Why isn't he and his fiancée? When someone attacks, stop Su Wei. I think I can't afford to offend a coward. Su Wei said I was dead. Lu Rian obviously looked unhappy. I understand after all. Lu Rian knows that I have always cherished my life. The third year of the great, both my parents died in a car accident. Grandma in the hospital had a heart attack after hearing the news. I lost my dearest relative overnight. I became vulnerable and helpless. It's Rian. Lu pulled me out of the abyss of sadness. She said I still have her, so I have to take care of myself after that. I became very careful about my life. After Lu Rian simply treated the wound on her head, start working hard. It's as if my death means nothing to him. Just a joke. Even if this matter is his best friend spoken by myself, he didn't take it seriously. Lu Rian took over the order from Guanghe. Negotiate with the people from photosynthesis in person. I followed him once again, walking into the office building of Guanghe. It seems like the journey of sticking to Lu Rian has not come this time. Lu Rian was received by Guanghe's vice president Lu. His gaze, he glanced thoughtfully behind Lu Rian. Mr. Song didn't come. The smile on Lu Rian's face faded. The voice was also a little distant. Vice President Lu, I am the person in charge of Xingmao. The 5 words from the head of Xingmao were like a wake-up call. Wake me up. That time, when Lu Rian asked me to go abroad to develop business, he said, Song Yin, even though I don't want you to be so tired, I am enough for the new look. This business expansion is over. You take a good rest. The last thing he said was, I love you. Was dispersed by the surging crowd at the airport. That night, Lu Rian finally gave up. 5 points of profit, 10 million orders. He visibly breathed a sigh of relief. Su Wei sent him the address of the funeral home. Lu Rian frowned, fingers tapping hard on the screen. Su Wei will be fine if he plays again. I have no idea. Why does he think Su Wei is willing to act with me? Su Wei is his best friend, probably because he doesn't like me after I was with Lu Rian. As long as we appear at the same time, Su Wei is almost invisible. Until the eve of my engagement with Rian Lu, Su Wei drank the famous sin. She pulled my arm seriously, putting hands together with Lu Rian's. She cursed finally. I said, you dare not be nice to her in the future? I kill you. I nodded seriously. How could I be mean to Rian Lu? I gave almost everything I had to Rian Lu, even the new look. It's all me. I used the insurance money for my parents' accidental death. Filling the funding gap, Lu Rian also drank a lot of wine that day. We and Su Wei, Ning Hao and Liang Chun sat together. Everyone looked relaxed. It's like having the best insurance in the world. That day, he spoke every word with great care. He told his friends if the person he is going to marry in the future is not me, then they must not go to his wedding. Friends said, yes, the promise of youth. Who can remember a few points? Lu Rian threw her phone on the passenger seat. The top of the phone screen is showing a fake input. Several times no reply at all, but my heart unexplained tearing and pain. It's like my whole soul is being burned. Consciousness gradually began to fade away. I think I'm finally leaving. Actually, I have nothing to let go of. I regained consciousness at 3 a.m. one day. I seem to have taken a nap. Chaos in the dream. Someone is crying in a suppressed voice. Tears fall on my palms. It was so hot that I shivered all over. Open your eyes again. But I only saw Lu Rian facing the mirror. Confirm your wedding dress again. And again the smile on his face. Photographer driving the machine, following Lu Rian's movements all the way. I looked around in a familiar room. There are some red wedding decorations on the glass. The calendar next to the dressing table was marked with a red star. Mine out today. It turned out to be the day of Lu Rian and Lu Chen's wedding. Their wedding room I designed and renovated it myself 3 years ago. Will there be traffic jam today? I'm afraid of missing the event. Lu Rian's voice brought me back to my senses. He rubbed his hands nervously. I turned my head, saw it from another room. Lu Rian's parents walked out of the room. They have some white hair on their heads, but maybe it's because people are in a good mood when they are happy. The 2 old men always smile at you. I have been impatient since childhood. Song Yin has a good temper. I am willing to bear your temper. Mother Lu picked up a big red wedding cake, red dates and lotus seeds on the bed. It seems that she didn't see Lu Rian's face. A flash of embarrassment. The smile on Lu's father's face disappeared. The old man's face suddenly fell, and his eyes were bright and dark. Can't see emotions clearly. He stopped Lu's mother's hand. Take him into the inner room. Lu Rian did not explain. Instead, he coaxed and lied to make Lu's mother feel at ease. I didn't follow them into the room. Can I still heard the sound of the 2 women arguing? Intermittent, I heard my name again. When I get closer, I only heard Father Lu's calm voice say, last year, Lu's mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. Lu Rian didn't look very good when she went out. He took out his cell phone and called someone. But the call never got through until the photographer urged the groom to pick you up. It's time to go. More than a dozen black Maybachs drove out of the community in an orderly manner. Great display. I landed on the roof and stared at the slightly bright sky in a trance. I don't know how long I will follow Lu Rian, but I found that I can't stab any more. Lu Rian sitting in the wedding car. I kept calling. The beeping of the phone made him a little impatient. Suddenly, all the cars stopped. The sight drifts away. The same row of black Maybach stopped at the object. The first car was covered with yellow and white chrysanthemums, roses, and lilies. It was a funeral procession. Red and white collide. Lou Rian's face was not looking good. A bit more difficult to see, but no one on the other side got off the car to negotiate. The two sides are at a stalemate. My heart beats like my ribs boom boom boom, pushing me towards the funeral procession. Under the anti-peep film on the rear window, I vaguely saw a familiar face, and that person holding my photo. I was stunned in place. This boulevard was never the only way for funerals. Unless the driver did it on purpose. I thought it wouldn't. My heart aches like being stabbed by a sharp knife. The pain is unbearable. Lou Rian's eyes turned red. Which woman doesn't want her wedding to be perfect? Beauty meets funeral. There's really no rush. Lu Chun got out of the car to negotiate. The rear windows are not down. Only the driver said lightly through the window, the dead are great in the end. It was Lou Rian and the others who gave way. The funeral procession roared past. I want to catch up, but I can't get away from Lou Rian at all. Lou Rian is about to cry. Lu Chen's expression could be described as smug. He looked back at the funeral procession going away. The corners of the mouth are raised. When he turned around to comfort Lou Rian, it became soft-spoken again. Did Lou Rian and Lu Chen miss the time? After returning to the wedding room, Lu Chen also did not meet Lou Rian's parents, but he didn't seem to care, and went through the process. A group of people followed the convoy hurrying to the wedding venue. Lu Chen rented a manor on the large lawn. A beautiful and romantic wedding stage was set up like straying into Wonderland. I don't have time to look at these anymore. All I can think of is that person holding my photo, Su Wei. The person who never looked at me with displeasure, haggard, red, and swollen eyes. I am dead. He seemed sad that the wedding was postponed for 10 minutes. Lou Rian finally got married. He stretched out his ring finger. Let the man put a ring on him. Together, we solemnly promise to stay together for the rest of our lives. The promise of staying together till old age. Period. Lu Chung has been looking towards the direction of the banquet hall door, like waiting for someone. Lu Rian would make phone calls whenever she could spare some time. Until the wedding is over, the person Lu Chun was waiting for did not come either. Lou Rian's call did not go through. After the wedding, Lu Chen's father took Lou Rian aside and exchanged a few words. The last words fell on Su Wei. I didn't see Su's daughter today. I heard from Xiao Chun that you two have been friends for more than 10 years. I thought I would see you today. Lou Rian's hand on her side. The fight is not limited to Su Wei. The other two, who played well with him, didn't come. Even today, it appeared in that car, the Maybach car at the funeral. My eyes suddenly felt sore. I remembered what Lou Rian said before. If the person he marries in the future is not me, his wedding, they must not go to the words. They kept the promise made in his youth. But Lou Rian didn't. Lou Rian called Su Wei. It's the next morning. Su Wei didn't say anything. Instead, he gave Lou Rian a location and specifically told not to bring Lu Chen. None of us want to see him. Lou Rian's phone was on speakerphone. Su Wei's words, not a word, fell into Lu Chen's ears. He showed loneliness moderately. This made Lou Rian feel distressed. It's okay to hug his arms immediately. Sooner or later they will know how good you are. After saying that, Lou Rian grabbed her coat and hurried out. I kissed his face before leaving. The car sped along. Su Wei and the other two were waiting on the roadside. I just feel the air around me is getting colder, even though the temperature is high today, up to 38 degrees. The wilderness is deserted. There were cigarette butts all over the floor at Su Wei's feet. There's a half-smoked cigarette in my hand. Mingho and Liangchen saw Lou Rian. The heads tilted in the other direction. Lou Rian parked the car and walked to Su Wei. Just opened mouth. A fierce punch from Su Wei smashed it shut. Blood flowed down the nose and mouth. I was so scared that I dodged to the side. Su Wei is a famous hot pepper heresy. I learned the sanda that men like, and I'm pretty good at it. Lou Rian hit her face, the anger in his eyes. The sound became sharp. Su Wei, are you sick? I haven't asked you yet. Why didn't you come to my wedding yesterday? What are you doing here, inviting me to this place? Fighting at the slightest disagreement. If you want to break up, just say so. Su Wei shook his fist, holding Lou Rian's collar, dragged up the mountain. The further you go in, the colder the wind gets. The leaves are blown by the wind. Thinking about the music that always takes my life, I finally remembered that this is where I had the accident. I probably died here.